Hi everybody and welcome back. My name's Melissa and this year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. Today's tip is to use every last bit. So this is the last of this particular face lotion and you can see I have cut the bottle. I have done all of that. I am at the very last use. I actually saved this video specifically for this. I have, since cutting that bottle, gotten 10 additional uses, maybe 11, 10. Yeah, that was number 10. Anyways, I'm going to pause now so I can finish getting dressed and I will show you the rest of how I do this. Okay, so you all saw me finish using the last of the face lotion and now I can, what I have been using for now is a new bottle. I always keep a new bottle open and going as I'm using the last of the old, because that way if I'm in a rush, I don't have to mess with the old bottle. But, you know, you squeeze as much as you can out, and then, you know, there's always this, and it's such a pain to get out. I can probably squeeze like a little bit more if I really work hard, but not much. So this is my foot lotion. I am going to just cut part of it off. Then I'm going to look and start at the top because inevitably, sorry, I have to like, it's a really awkward thing to do on camera. So there's some like shoved into, you can see I'm like pulling it out of the corners there. And that's going to be at least enough to do 1 foot. Probably more than 1 foot technically, but because of the way I'm doing it and I'm on camera, it actually is somewhat wasteful. I'm a lot less wasteful with it when I am not on camera. But instead of throwing it away, I just lotioned a foot. And now you can see there's like, well, maybe you can see. There, I know it's dim in here. I'm having a rough night, so dim light tonight. But still can't really reach the bottom. So again, I will cut it. And now I will, wow, this is like really awkward. Normally I turn the other way to do the other foot. So then I'll just take it out and put it on my foot. I feel like this foot needs a little more lotion. So I will again cut a little more down. And then, okay, so then you can see like there's still lotion left in here. So what I will do is I will open up my Save a Lotion container. I'll stick those two in, and then I will have lotion for at least tomorrow night and probably the night after that as well. It's probably actually going to be my foot lotion one for a while because this one's getting low too. The face lotion took longer than expected because I didn't get a chance to do the video because I was trying to figure out how to get the camera into my bedroom and do it. Well, I have to do my face lotion before I get dressed. So it was like a really awkward, like, how do I do this without hitting the mirror or without like showing anything I don't want to show? So which sock is this? I always have to figure out. I think this is that one maybe. Sorry, I'm very sock picky. But I'll go ahead and dry my hair and then I will show you the rest of the ways that I save and use every last bit. Okay, so another way that I am able to recycle is use every last bit is I actually repurpose these two. I know you've seen me do it at least once. Okay, so while you can get some out by putting it upside down in here, it's not really going to get all of it out. So what I do is I simply take the corner, very carefully cut with a razor blade. Okay, that's cutting way too far down, but that's okay. I might not be able to reuse this, but we'll see. Okay, so you can see it's kind of still connected. I will very carefully cut this. Okay. So you can see there's a ton of lotion left in here. So I will simply, now that I can access it, scrape it in to this jar. If you have some sort of like, I don't know, spatula for this, you can use that as well. I don't, so I use my fingers. And then we'll literally scoop. I mean, there's like tons that get stuck in the bottom of these. I remember seeing something on Style Theory, and I mean, it didn't necessarily shock me, but how half the product was still stuck in the thing. I'm gonna have to clean my stove after this. This is something I normally do. Between the whole shower thing, but you can see. I mean, I mean, that's tons of lotion. I mean, as is, I hate the fact that I wasted so much of it to begin with, but normally I do this right after I shower, and then I can use the lotion all over my body instead of just on my arms. But I'll put that aside for now. I will see if I can go through it more tomorrow and get even more out. But that is another way. I'm going to pause and show you yet another way. I have two more ways. Okay, so dish soap, obviously. Well, this one's full. I just finished another one. But as it starts to empty, because of the way that's set up, I just put it there. It all goes to the bottom. And then it's easier to squirt out. And then when it's at the very end, I fill it with warm water and put it in the sink. Okay, and the final way I'm going to show you tonight that I use every last bit is with chapstick. And I am obsessed with this chapstick. They discontinued it, so I'm like super sad. I bought as much as I could when they discontinued it. I bought like 30 tubes or something like that. And there's a couple things that, so this particular one doesn't have chapstick in the top. I'll see if one of them does. But when it gets down to the bottom, I just use, this is a lip gloss brush. Now, I happen to have lip gloss brushes. You can get them on Amazon. I happen to have them because I do, I work with wood, and when I am painting and stenciling it, I can use these to do touch-ups, like if the stain gets like ripped off from the stencil. But you could also use a Q-tip or a pointy Q-tip, like I use for cleaning for some stuff. But I just, wow, this is harder to do without a mirror, and just like, I can do this on my own. But for some reason, doing it while recording myself is incredibly difficult. I think it's because I do it in like a really awkward way instead of how you're supposed to do it, so I'm self-conscious about it. But this has at least 20 more uses in it. And then I'll just take this, and this is just a washed out vitamin jar. I'll keep it in there, and then I can reuse it. And then I have several of these that are towards the end. Oh, wait, no, not that one. That's my current one. But I keep one in my pocket at all times. And then as they get like really low, oh, you can't see because of the way the light is, but as they get really low like that, and you can't get any more out, if you, I don't know if you've ever used chapstick like this, but like it'll scratch your lips. So you can just kind of keep them there. And I'll use them at home when I'm around the house. I also do things like when I am towards the end of my conditioner. Now, I always kind of like water down my conditioner in my hand because it's really thick and it kind of spreads it a little better. And then same with the shampoo. But as I get towards the end of the bottle and I can't squeeze any more out, I'll put warm water in, and it kind of like melts it and shake it and like kind of put it on my hair. Like I just kind of like squirt it on. With the conditioner, I, focus on the ends. With the shampoo, I focus on the head. I obviously, turn your bottles upside down, do all of that. But you'd be surprised. Toothpaste. That's another one I do it with. I will like cut the tube and I'll scrape the toothpaste out with the toothbrush as it gets towards the end of its life. And I mean, I frequently, with toothpaste, I get anywhere between 10 to 20 additional uses, I would say. It really depends on how well I've squeezed. And my toothpaste has like one of those like fancy caps. So I, first I take that off and I squeeze there. But I will get probably, I would guess, 20 or more uses out of the lotion. I mean, only for hands, really. I'm not going to do my whole body with that. I'll just switch to the next bottle for my body, but 20 or more uses. 10 to 30 uses out of the chapstick. It really kind of depends on how much is left in there. And like if you've ever had it melt in your pocket or in your car and then like it's all in the cap part, then you can also use that method. So I mean, there's a lot of things that you can use, and it might not sound like a lot, but I mean, I probably lotion my hands 2 to 3 times a day. So that's, 10 days or so, I would say, worth of hand lotion. I can't tell you how many times I use chapstick, but that I will get at least, 20 or 30 uses, I would guess. And with the foot lotion, I'll get an extra 3 days out of it. And the toothpaste, I'll get an extra say 3 to 7 days, you know, depending on at what point I cut it. And then you just keep you keep a full one as well as a backup, and then you can be using that one when you're in a rush. So that way, if I'm running late to work, I'm not having to mess with the toothpaste before I brush my teeth and go to work, or if I'm really tired that night before bed, or, you know, whatever. So you have the other one going as you're using up the last of that. Anyways, again, my name's Melissa, and this year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. Today's tip is use every last bit of your product, your cleaning products, your hygiene products, your food products. Use every last bit that is in the jar, in the bottle, in whatever, and save money. Get a few extra uses out of it, because, you know what I mean, 10 days is still 10 days of product. Anyways, again, my name's Melissa. This year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. If you want to hear more, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.